Whew. I don't know if the speaker can pick that up. Welcome back to the channel. So like I said, I don't know if the speaker can pick that up, but if you can hear that, I'm going against the wind again. Oh, the headwind, man. Jeez. Brutal, man. First day back after almost a month. Brutal. Whew. Welcome back to another segment, another episode of The Story from the Streets. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good story. Good story, man. And stories come when you least expect it. Especially when it's right there at your homestead. No, this has nothing to do with family. These are your neighbors, the ones you say hi to on a daily basis, the ones you say hi and bye, chat up a few minutes of daily nonsense and go about your day. First of all, don't ever trust your neighbor. It doesn't matter if they're the friendliest, the nicest, even if they come by and I don't know, if they ask for a cup of sugar, don't do it. Don't be nice. Be cordial. Don't be nice. Just your neighbors, man. Now this is my experience. I'm not saying everybody is bad, but I have the pleasure. So let's just get down to the nitty-gritty, shall we? All right. Yeah. Okay. Listen up. I don't like to really boast about where I live. All I can say, kind of give you guys a little hint. I call it, now this is what I call it. I call it the Beverly Hills of the South Bay. And now that is open to your own personal opinion. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And you would think that when you live in a decent area, you would think that you're not gonna have any issues, but regardless, you'll have issues regardless if you actually live in Beverly Hills or you live in Compton or wherever. So, and this came as a complete shock. This experience came as a complete surprise out of left field. So here's what happened. In the garage where everybody parks their car, we are assigned one parking space. So underneath the storage containers, there's several bikes locked up, including mine. Now, what I have locked up is basically a parts bike, and it's got several wheels attached to this 1981 Schwinn Voyager SP frame and fork. So, ooh, boy. Okay. So, come to find out, I get a call from my wife. Apparently one of her neighbors had told her, well, this particular neighbor knows that I'm into vintage bikes. Okay, so he calls her up or texts her, whatever, and says, hey, I'm sure your husband has this, I have a vintage bike. I think your husband would like it. I have it right there outside. And she calls me up and tells me about it. And I'm like, cool, all right, let's see what it is. So, let me get out of the way. These people, man. All right, so, as I'm heading home, park my car as usual, walk down the alley, and I'm getting closer to where I see a bike, and I see it's a road bike. I couldn't see it exactly the whole thing, and so as I got closer and closer, the darn thing became familiar every time I took a step forward towards it. And I'm like, when I got to it, I looked at it, I'm like, dude, that's my bike. What a jerk. That bike is completely locked up. What he did, first of all, let me back up. I had that bike, well, the frame and fork, along with the extra set of wheels, like two sets of wheels, all chained up with a Cobra Lynx motorcycle lock and a couple other chains, all securely locked underneath the storage bin. Now, the storage bin has these pillars. It's kind of like a frame that holds up the storage containers. And what this idiot, this neighbor who thinks that they just have the audacity to do what they want without even asking, he takes a freaking hammer and hammers out that 2x4, and of course the darn thing pops out, and he takes the bike and puts it outside like if it was his, as if he's doing a justice to the apartment complex. When I told my wife about it and called her up and I told her, hey, listen, I don't know who gave this guy the audacity. I don't know who gave this guy the authority, the permission to do what he did. He should have asked first. So yeah, man, I mean, I got upset. So the wife is the middleman, relating the message back and forth. Obviously the guy gets back to her saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. When I'm at work, and when I get home, I'll apologize. Yeah, he did that. He got home, knocked at my door, proceeded the apology. I asked him, who gave you the permission to do what you just did, man? And he kind of like was taken aback a bit, like he was like shocked, like I asked that question. Like you shouldn't even be shocked. You shouldn't even be, you don't have that kind of authority, man, to do what you did. Of course, I asked him that question. I didn't go any, he gave me some sort of runaround excuse, and left it at that. As long as, I mean, he apologized, and then he offered to help me secure the bike, like bolted up against, like a bracket bolted up against the brick wall. And I'm like, no, first of all, you did it, you do it if you want to. I'm not going to go any further with this process. And but I didn't say that, I was thinking it, you know. And he was telling me, I'll help you fix it. But deep down I'm like, dude, no, if you want to fix it, you fix it. I'm not helping you and you're not helping me. You already caused enough damage. That's not your property, man. That's my piece of gold that you messed with. Man, this is the kind of stuff that Bukowski talks about. It's just the nonsense of people's nonsense, people's BS, man. So now I have 3 main reasons why I don't even want to be at that apartment complex, man. That's 3 reasons. And I told my wife, look, I'm not the kind of person that goes out and starts trouble, even if you're assuming that you're doing the right thing, that you're thinking you're doing the right thing, but ultimately you're not doing the right thing because you don't even ask. Ask whoever. He just thought that those bikes that was locked up underneath there, well, he was thinking that it was been there for years. Yeah, it's been there for a few years, but I put my bike there so don't tamper with it. Idiot. All you had to do was ask. That's why, don't trust your neighbors. Let me climb this. Don't trust your neighbors, regardless if they welcome you with a big, freshly baked apple pie, welcome you to the neighborhood. Don't be friendly. Well, be friendly, be cordial, but don't trust. I gotta bleep that word out because that got me really upset. What a climb, especially uphill. I mean, up against the headwind. So yeah, man. Never trust your neighbors, man. And this is the guy that would borrow quarters. I mean, he would pay her back. But, jeez. He always borrows quarters from her to do the laundry, but he would pay her back. No, not this time, man. You screwed up, buddy. So this guy thinks that he's like the building authorized policeman, thinking that he can do whatever he wants around there. No, it doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't work that way. Don't trust your neighbors. Be nice, be cordial. Don't trust your neighbors, man. You would think that you live in a decent area. Man, I never had so many problems in that area since I moved in that area. I lived in Hawthorne and Inglewood for 10, 15 years. I never had a problem. But you go to one of these yuppie places and they're just full of issues, man. Never had a problem in the somewhat inner city or whatever it's called. I love Hawthorne. I wouldn't mind living back there again. I never had an issue. Never had an issue. In fact, I live where there was an official gang member living there in the apartment complex that I lived in Hawthorne. Never once, him and his buddies, all his little homies, they knew me. They knew I was a civilian. Never messed with me, not even once. But no, you go to this ritzy place, somewhat ritzy. I just call it ritzy because it is in a decent area. And you would think that there's, man, that just goes to show that don't ever judge the book by its cover. Never. Don't ever do that. Because look what happened. Look what happened to me. I hate where I'm living. The only reason why I'm there still is because I can't afford to get out. Otherwise, I'd get out in a heartbeat without even thinking about it. Don't judge the book by its cover. Don't ever trust your neighbors in any circumstances at all. And if you got anything you guys want to contribute, let me know in the comments. I hope you take something away from this story. Please subscribe to my channel. And once again, all my cycling endeavors are brought to you by my sponsor, Bike Garama. For whatever your bike may need, Bike Garama will get you back up to speed. Yeah, buddy. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for letting me vent this out. Feel a little bit better. And so with that said, I'll see you on the next episode of Story from the Streets.